his face on it, so we know that's the way that goes. All right, let's jump into it real quick. PFF grades. Let's dive in. We're going to start with the rankings here. Guys, this is up to date to the best of my knowledge. Obviously, Monday Night Football is about to happen. You get the Cardinals and the Cowboys kicking off here in about 20 minutes. We'll try to wrap up so you guys can go watch that. Coach Lynn, real quick, I want to hit this. Coach Lynn says, LVN back this week, question mark. Kind of got a little hint from LaFleur. It kind of felt like he's going to come back this week, Tim. And in honor of that, we're going to be giving away an autographed LVN rookie card this week for the giveaway for our Patreon and YouTube members. So anybody who's a member on Patreon, patreon.com/Packer Fan Total Access, or a member on YouTube, we put everybody's name on the pinky wheel, spin that sucker, and if it lands on you, you'll win that LVN card. So I hope he's back, Coach. I think that will help the defense tremendously. But again, look at that game yesterday. Outside of the run defense, I don't think the defense was the problem. But boy, oh boy, having LVN back would be huge, Tim.
Yeah, absolutely, because we've seen him make those strides in the run fits, right? We always talked about him as an edge rusher. I think LVN, what we've seen from him this year is he stepped up his run defense. Really, we say the same thing about Micah Parsons too. He's terrible against the run. I haven't seen that at all this year. We can talk about yesterday. Our run defense as a whole wasn't great. But I think LVN will help you right there. And it'd be nice to get him back, right, Clay? I mean, we're going on – this has been quite a while with that foot. I'd love to see him against Philly Monday Night Football, even if it's for 25 or 30 snaps or something. Let's go. Right.
So according to PFF, the Packers grade, their team grade overall is an 86.5. That's fourth best in the league right now, okay? When you sort it to offense, they've got the Packers offense graded out as the 12th best offense. And then when you go defensively, the Packers are graded out as the second best defense, okay? And again, that's just overall PFF grades from that standpoint. It doesn't mean it's everything. It doesn't mean it's the gospel. It is what it is there. All right, so let's jump into now, actually, wrong screen. Against the Carolina Panthers, Tim, they graded out a 69.3 overall. Their offensive grade was a 70.5. Their defensive grade was actually a 63.9. So PFF seemed to think their offense played better than their defense from a player-by-player standpoint there. Okay,
that's interesting. I mean, at least from a PFF standpoint, every time we grade out below 70 overall, we lose.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at these numbers here,
that's a great point, man. That's a great point. It's
Dallas 71. We tied. Whatever. But if we're below, right. But if we're below the 70 mark, we're losing ball games.
Yeah, definitely. So the highlight on offense, obviously the running grade, that's the highest running grade we've had all year, guys, at 80.1. The run blocking grade was a 65.7. So again, going into this game, one of the things I said in the game plan in the episode when we broke the game plan down was run the football, stick with the run. This is a game you can get your running game back on track. Felt like it was trending in that direction. Obviously, the game ends up getting away from you there at the end. And then on defense, it looked like the highest ranked thing we had was actually the coverage grade of 70.0, which we did shut their passing game down. By the way, that catch that Ted McMillan made on Carrington Valentine, you can't cover him any tighter than that. That was great coverage.
That's Ted McMillan being a freak. That's all that is.
Play. Yeah, absolutely.
I like how CV responded too. I believe it was the next snap. He had a pass breakup or something, or he had a great play, like literally the next play. And that's what you want out of a DB, right? Short memory. You give up a catch, just forget about it, get out there and make a play.
Yeah, definitely. Since we're kind of talking defense here first, Tim, let's just jump into it right off the bat, if that's all right with you. We'll get offense last. So defensive grades, Xavier McKinney, 82.4. Love seeing that, getting him back up to that point. Obviously a 91.3 pass rush grade. He had the only sack on the day. Obviously, it was a strip sack as well. Just couldn't recover the fumble. That would have been huge because, again, you lose the turnover differential 2-1. You end up losing. I misspoke last night. You didn't lose the middle 8, 7-6. You lost it 7-3. Guys, anytime you lose the middle 8 and you lose the turnover battle, it's going to be like a 6 to 8% chance of you winning. So that's where the game was really lost, in my opinion. It's just wild that at the end you were still in it. You could have possibly won the game, right? But Xavier McKinney, 82.4. Tim, only 19 snaps, but Isaiah McDuffie, 81.7. My man has fit into that base package really, really well, dude. He's playing good football.
Look at that freaking 75.9 coverage grade there, too, from Zay McDuffie. Yeah, 19 snaps of really good football. from Mr. McDuffie. I love it.
Definitely. Next on the list, Edgerrin Cooper at a 68.6 with a 74.7 coverage grade. Micah Parsons a 66.6. Depending on which site you're using, there are some. I think NFL Pro said this is the first time he has not gotten a pressure, according to NFL Pro. So last week he had, what was it? He had like a career high pressure or something like that. It was either last week or the week before.
Yeah.
And then boom, 1 week later, no pressures. So kind of up and down there.
It's almost like Micah Parsons is human.
Right.
You might have to remind yourself. And even a bad day for him is still a 66 grade.
Yeah.
71.5 tackle grade. Look at his tackle grade. You talk about consistency throughout the year. So I'm not worried at all about MP1 at all.
Yeah. And again, for the people that are like, oh man, he played a bad game. Yeah, I guess you could say he had a bad game at a 66.6, but he's still grading out a 92 on the year. I think that's the highest graded edge defender as it sits right now. So it is what it is there. So again, Micah Parsons 66.6, Keyshawn Nixon a 66.5. Listen, I know I've seen people on social media raking Keyshawn over the coals for that one penalty. I know there's many fans that think it wasn't a penalty. Regardless,
I'm one of those fans.
Right. And I can see where you're coming from too, Tim. I'm kind of indifferent. I can understand why they would call it. I would also understand if they didn't call it. It wasn't like this overly blatant foul. But what I will say is if he hadn't got that penalty called on him, guys, Emilio talked about it last night. What do you have? He gave up one catch and it was like 40 yards or something crazy, right?
Yep.
I remember correctly. So Keyshawn actually had a pretty good game yesterday. Obviously, the tackle grade was a 78.1, run defensive 69.8, but the coverage only a 63.3. Again, the stats would kind of suggest you had a better game. The penalty is going to bring that grade down, though. So next on the list, Evan Williams, 64.8, just continues to be consistent. Let me bounce back to Keyshawn real quick. Let's see where he's at on the year. So on the year, he's at a 64.6 as it sits right now. Okay, got it. I just want to take a quick glance there. And then Evan Williams, a 64.8 yesterday on the year. Evan Williams is still sitting at a 75.8. So he's having an awesome year, Evan Williams is. Javon Bullard, Tim, 64.2. I'm kind of excited about Bull. He played 42 snaps. It seems like every week now you're seeing that coverage grade jump, man. 77.5 on coverage grade. Again, Carolina, it's not like they got a great slot receiver. Sometimes they'll put McMillan in the slot. Other times they'll play him outside. But Javon Bullard seems to be playing a little bit better football here lately. What's his grade up to now? 61.9 now. So last year, Tim, 54.2 for Bull. This year he's up to a 61.9. He's kind of trending in the right direction. It'd be awesome if he could finish somewhere in the 70s.
Fourth week in a row for Javon Bullard grading above a 68 in coverage grade. We always talked about his coverage grade. You're seeing a steady improvement actually there, according to PFF. And obviously he didn't get a lot of love on the tackle grade yesterday, but that's the least of your concerns with Bull, right? You know, he's going to bring the thump. I think there's a lot to be excited about with Javon Bullard in the slot, especially when you're talking about, cornerback play as a whole from this team. You know, what do we do with Hobbs? Do we put Hobbs in the slot? Well, this, that, and the third. I think Bullard is making a case for himself, really, to kind of be that guy. So I hope he has another hell of a game because we're going to need him against Philly on Monday Night Football for sure.
Big time, yeah. And to that tackle grades credit there, Tim, the Rico Dowdle, 7:41 left in the second quarter. He had a 29-yard run. That was a missed tackle by Bullard. Again, I made my second pass through. When I put chalk all together tomorrow, I'm going to really confirm, okay, yes, that was his fault. But it kind of, to me, it looked like it was a missed tackle on his part. But I'm with you, man. He's trending in the right direction. There's no doubt. Now, that 29-yard explosive, that hurts you. That ends up leading to points, obviously. But
and that lends an eye into how PFF's probably grading these things out, right?
Right.
Like it's on the surface, it's like, oh, one bad play and it screws up your whole grade. It's like, well,
yeah, right.
How football works, right? One mistake and it could be the difference in the ball game. So I kind of get it.
It's very fitting to the conversation right now because that 7:41 left in the second quarter, right? Green Bay was up 3-0. That was a 1st and 10 run. It looked like it was a missed tackle by Javon Bullard. That's a 29-yard run. Then just a few plays later, 3rd and 5, 5:12 left in the second quarter at Green Bay's 42. Bryce Young ends up hitting Leggett for 22 yards. And then obviously that would lead to a 5-yard touchdown run by Dowdle. That would give them the lead 7-3. And that is how they won the middle eight. So if we're if we're going to sit here and really be overly critical of Javon Bullard for a second, that missed tackle, along with that Leggett reception that was on somebody else, obviously, that's what led to you losing the middle late. And those are the plays we show on Chalk Talk for that very reason. Here are the key plays, these 2 plays. So then once you identify those plays, now let's dive into the tape. All right, what went wrong? Was it a bad play call? Was it a bad run fit? Was it missed tackle, bad execution, all those things? We'll dive into it tomorrow on Chalk Talk for sure. So again, I think Bullard's trending in the right direction, but just one of those, a bad play at a horrible time, to be honest with you. Nas Stackhouse, 16 snaps, 64. Somebody asked, it might have been Coach Lynn, I think, asked in the chat about snaps for Carrington Valentine and our boy Nate Hobbs. Nate Hobbs only had 19 snaps. Carrington Valentine had 43. So right now, Carrington Valentine is the dude. And I don't think he did anything yesterday to warrant taking snaps away from him. So hopefully that answers your question there, Coach. So again, Nas Stackhouse, 64. Kingsley Nigbare, 63. Rashawn Gary, 62. Devontae Wyatt, 60. Baron Sorrell, 60. Only 1 snap there. I wonder what was up with that 1 snap. Did he get hurt, Tim? Did we hear anything on Baron Sorrell?
I did not, but it wouldn't surprise me. Didn't he have a previous issue? Was it a back injury or something that he was dealing with?
Maybe he tried to go with 1 snap. Can't do it. If you guys know in the chat, let us know for sure. Let us know in the comments what happened with Baron Sorrell. There only 1 snap. That's a little bit concerning. Now, thank God you're getting LVN back hopefully this week, right? Or very soon. So, yeah. So there you go. Quay Walker, according to PFF, had a bad game, 38.3. His tackle grade was a 79, but they're saying coverage-wise a 42.5. So I'm eager to try to find out why they gave him such a bad coverage grade. I can't think of a play where he blew a coverage or maybe had a catch on him, but I'm sure.
PFF's got beef with Quay, man. That's all it is.
You've said it since day one, Tim. There's no doubt about it. Yeah. All right, so there are your defensive grades. Let's jump over to offense. Aaron Banks, only 9 snaps, but an 86.1. Listen, when Aaron Banks left the game, things kind of got shaky.
Oh,
right? Yeah. And let's be honest, was Sean Ryan playing left guard all day, Tim? I think he was, right? The snaps that Sean Ryan got, he played left guard, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I don't understand why we didn't move Jordan Morgan over there and put Sean Ryan at right guard.
I'm with you, man. And maybe they're done with trying to move him around. And I'm just trying to play devil's advocate to him. Maybe the coaching staff's going, all right, let's make him a right guard. Let's just make the decision now. But I'm with you, man. If it was my decision, throw him to left guard where he's more comfortable. Let Sean Ryan play right guard. And listen, I'm going to say it, and it sucks. And it's not Sean Ryan's fault. It's just one of those freak plays. But you see Sean Ryan going in at left guard. And the play where Tucker Kraft gets his ACL torn, obviously that was Sean Ryan getting blown up, but not in a way like, oh, he got blew up, man, he got beat on that play. Some people were saying it's a dirty play by Scorton to go low like that. It's a legal play. I can understand if you think it's dirty. I got you. It looks really dirty. It really does on tape. But that's, there's no rule saying you can't do that as a defender. And you guys know how I typically lean, Tim, is like every rule in the book is to cater the offense, right? So for me, I don't want any more rules that's going to cater to the offense anymore. It sucks that Tucker Kraft, tore his ACL on that play, but it is what it is. Chris says it's a dirty play. Chris, I can respect that, man. There's a lot of people that agree with you for sure. Yep. Steve in the chat says Sorrell has a sprained MCL. So there you go, Tim. Probably 2 to 4 weeks, I would imagine, depending on the level of the sprain, obviously. So hopefully we get him back sooner rather than later there. Appreciate that information there, Steve. Thank you. So Aaron Banks, 86.1. Josh Jacobs, 81.2. Rasheed Walker, that's good news, Tim. Yeah. 75.9. You're kind of getting him back to his
own. Talking about that, right? He looked a little banged up coming off of last week's victory in Pittsburgh. Mm-hmm. And to see him playing well is a good sign.
He's up to a 66.4. Now his pass block grade is a 65.7. So that's good news. So on his career, 66, 68, and 66. So he's about as steady as you can ask for, man, in a left tackle for sure.
Not bad for a 7th rounder, right? Right. Was he a 7th round pick?
Yes, he was. Yeah. And if he hadn't humped that defensive player on the field in college, he may not have dropped on the board. Some allegedly. Tucker Kraft, this one just breaks my damn heart, man.
Yeah.
I can't think of a player, Tim, that I like more than Tucker Kraft in a long time. He's just one of those dudes that's like, Damn, you know who comes to mind? First person that come to mind, Aaron Jones, right?
Yeah.
Donald Driver, guys
Yep.
like that. Like that's Tucker to me, man. He's just the glue. And
Funny you bring up those two names. You talk about guys that were well on their way to all-pro seasons and then got hurt and got cheated out of some time. So I feel you on that, man.
So Tucker Kraft was grading out a 74.9 yesterday, guys. On the year, 78.1. I mean, he's stepping into like top 5, top 3 tight end play. It's not just that; it's next gen stats as well. You look at every metric; it's like top 3, top 5, top 3, top 5. So it just sucks, man. It sucks so bad, dude. So I don't even want to think about it. We're just going to move on. Happy birthday, Tucker. Glad you're a Green Bay Packer, dude. You're going to bounce back, and the comeback story is going to be a hell of a story to tell, man.
So. Absolutely. And he'll be ahead of schedule just like Scoot was coming off of the knee injury. I have full confidence that if anyone's going to come back early, it's Tuck Norris for sure.
Yeah, Jen Wright says the best here. Lung darts and bush lattes for Tuck today. Salute.
Amen. That's right. Let's go.
Yo. Zach Tom, 71.9, looking pretty good there, right back to his old self. Obviously a little banged up with the oblique. And look at him battling through the oblique, guys. Week 6 through 9, 75, 74, 80, 71. His grade is at 81.1. Glad he's under contract for the foreseeable future. And Jordan Morgan, Tim, at right guard, 70.5. Don't look now, boys. But the Jordan Morgan haters are hurting. Last 2 games, 83.5, 70.5. You love to see that. If you didn't have that stinker in Arizona, you're talking about steady pace. But I think you're seeing improvement from Jordan Morgan. He's sitting at a 56 right now, but I think if he strings together 2 or 3 more games like he did these last 2 weeks, you're going to see him crack that 60 mark easy.
Yeah, proving that he can play on the right side of the line, right? Like we just talked about, like, why didn't we move him to left guard? Now I'm wondering, hell, can Jordan Morgan play right tackle? Can we put Zach Tom at center and move Big E back to left guard where he belongs, and shuffle that line up a little bit? Maybe you move Kennard around, or I mean, the thoughts are going in my head, right?
I got you, man.
You want your best 5, right?
Right. I understand that completely, man. Completely. Chris Brooks, 11 snaps, 68.6. He's pretty steady. Romeo Dobbs, 60 snaps, 68.2. Pretty solid game for Rome. Christian Watson, 65.6. Christian Watson, guys, he's holding steady. Only 2 games, but he has a higher yards per reception than he did last year. It's only 2 games, but I want to say last year it was 21.4-ish, somewhere around there, and he was second best in the league. This year it's over 25, if I remember correctly. So Christian Watson, to me, looks like he's back to his old self already. 74.7. Guys, if you look at it from a PFF standpoint, his PFF grades over his career starting his rookie year, 77, 68, 70, 74. Christian Watson, man, listen, I know we gave him that little 1-year prove it. You give me 2 or 3 more weeks of this, Tim. Let's get that extension.
Let's do it right away. Yeah, I was just going to say.
And here's the problem with that, though. I think that now that they did that extension, you have to wait 1 full calendar year. You guys fact check me on that in the chat. I think you got to wait 1 full calendar year. That sucks because now I bet Goody's like, damn it, I wish we'd wait and we just go ahead and get him an extension. But it's awesome that you got him for 2 years for sure. So that's good news as well. We got to
give Good his flowers, right? Because the guy's playing like he never missed any time. I mean, I don't remember in recent memory guys coming back from a major knee injury like that and just right into the fire, immediately playing effective football, immediately helping your team. Yeah. Big shout out to Christian Watson, man. Unbelievable.
Absolutely. Mike Hebring with the super chat. Thank you so much, Mike. Appreciate you, buddy. I'm just going to pretend 85 is our first round draft pick next year. I like it, Tim. There you go. We got this young stud coming in nobody knows about named Tucker Kraft. That's our first round pick next year.
So. I like that, Mike Hebring. I like that a lot. Let's go. That's why they call him the super fan, right?
Right, man. He's thinking these things through way more logical than we do, for sure. Oops. So thank you for that, Mike. Appreciate the super chat, buddy. Let's see here. Soder says, will they? Yeah, let's hit that, Tim. That's a question, right? Thank you for that, Tim. Soder asks, will they try to do the Watson 1-year deal with Kraft? See, that's what I talked about earlier, Soder.
Yeah.
When I broke the news there of the Tucker Kraft, it being confirmed with the ACL, broke the news. I just did a live stream. I didn't break the news. Sorry, that sounded really, really conceited there. I just got on here and talked about it and tried to hash it out. It's more like a therapy session for me is what it was. But I talked about that, like maybe that's the route they go, right, Soder? And listen, we know Tucker Kraft. he's going to kick this ACL rehab's ass is what he's going to
Yeah, I
do.
was just going to say, sign Tucker to a 20-year deal right now. I don't give a damn.
Make him an ambassador, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's a good move, Soder. Now, and Tucker's just the type of guy he'd probably do the same thing Watson did, right? Watson didn't have to do that, He could have said, nope, I'm going to play it out and then go into free agency, right? He could have approached it that way. But Professor Cakes, I know Clayton isn't a Luke Musgrave guy, but man, I sure do believe in him, very much so. And I hope he proves all the doubters wrong. And obviously, I know Clayton hopes he proves them wrong too. Absolutely, Professor Cakes. I will say this, man. He makes chalk talk. He had a play there.
He had a couple plays.
Yeah. This one was fourth quarter, man. Hey, game on the line, right? 7:24 left. This is actually the explosive play. You guys know when we hit an explosive, a passing play of 20 yards or more or a running play of 10 yards or more triples your chances of scoring on that drive. He was that explosive play on that drive, guys. 7:24 left in the fourth quarter, down 13-6, first and 10 play from their own 29-yard line. Love hit Musgrave for 21 yards. Yep. And the other thing, too, his receiving percentage is higher than Tucker's. Far fewer opportunities. And I'm going to say this about Luke Musgrave. I'm glad you said this, Professor K, because I've been very critical of it. Obviously, Tucker Kraft got that starting job because Luke Musgrave got hurt, right? And he never gave it back. I think that maybe some of that has hindered Musgrave, the fact that, hey, you're not getting all the true why in Matt LaFleur's offense, that true Y position, that true tight end position. You're not getting all those reps in practice, probably hindered him a little bit. Also, the fact that I'm going to say this, and listen, this may come across like Tucker Kraft slander. I don't mean it that way at all. Tucker Kraft, you don't see him making a move and getting open. You don't see him creating his own space. 90% of his plays, he's schemed open by LaFleur. LaFleur will never get credit for it, but it is what it is. Don't get me wrong. He's got those contested catches like last year down the seam on that heater ball, 61 mile an hour from Jordan Love. You've got those. But the majority of Tucker Kraft's catches, he's schemed open. What Tucker Kraft does with him is a different story, though, right? He's that yak guy. He's going to make guys miss. He's going to run through people's faces and play the game the right way in that regard. Luke Musgrave, in my opinion, does not have that in his game. But in terms of getting open the way that Tucker has and catching the ball the way Tucker has and having, I think, a little more speed than Tucker personally, I think there's a little more stride length there as well. I think Musgrave can do what Tucker does other than the yak, right? So I'm completely on board with you, Professor Cakes. I'm 100% behind Luke Musgrave. Tim, I'm not going to be surprised we look up at the end of the year and go, damn, Musgrave, look at him having a year, right? Picking up right where Tucker left off. That wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, when it comes to Musgrave, I'm not worried about the pass catching. I'm not worried about any of that. I'm worried about him getting the piss hot and blocking his ass off, blocking guys to the water cooler like we see Tuck Norris do so many times. I think if we get a little more aggressivity in Musgrave's game, I think he'll fill in just fine for Tucker in the meantime. And realistically, I think Fitzpatrick gives you a little bit of stability too, at least in the run game on a few of these. But I think we just need the piss hot, a little hotter with Luke Musgrave, and I think we'll be okay. I believe in him too, man. This is his opportunity, right? We all thought that he was going to be the guy when he was drafted, and Tucker got that opportunity, and when Musgrave went down with the injury, the internal injury, and hey, it's funny how history repeats itself. The game is cyclical. Guys get hurt all the time. Here's Musgrave again with a chance to step up and really impact this offense and help his team. And you got to back your guys, man. If you have any doubts, that's fine, but you still want to believe in your guys, man. He's here. He's in a Packer uniform, and he's got an opportunity to help us out.
Yeah. Chris the Casual says, man, that would be awesome if Musgrave madness proves all us doubters wrong. I'm the second biggest hater of Musgrave, only to 2-0 for this. So, yeah, 2-0 for this is not a fan of Musgrave. But, again, I'm sure 2-0 for this would agree, man. We welcome that, being proven wrong in that regard for sure. It's just, I think Tucker's been so damn good in this attached Y set that he, that role he's got and sifting and all those things that it kind of put Musgrave on the back burner, I believe. Jen Wright says when Musgrave went down, Tucker stepped up. It's Luke's time. And listen, they're like best friends on the team. So you can bet your ass that Tucker is rooting Musgrave on too. So just like, Tucker, or just like Musgrave rooted Tucker on for sure.
Also, I believe we're going to get an activation from Messiah Swinson, I think. Did they sign him?
They tried a tight end out earlier today. I don't know exactly who's going to be that extra body there, Tim. Obviously, Sims is on the active roster for Minnesota, I think, right? Currently. So that's off the table. That kind of sucked. That's bad timing. But then again, you never know, man. We may look up and they find the next gem, for sure. But Ben Holden, I love what he says. Watson and Musgrave on the field at the same time with Matthew Golden, right, as well. Matthew Golden, I'm telling you guys, when you look at his reception percentage as well, according to Next Gen Stats, he's actually catching the ball better than Romeo Dobbs. I have not seen a play, right, where I'm like, oh, man, Matthew Golden, it's just too big for him. I think you're not seeing him schemed open like you've seen Romeo Dobbs schemed open, like you've seen Christian Watson, although we started forcing the ball to Christian Watson. Now, keep this in mind, guys. Quadruple coverage on Christian Watson. Don't be surprised if other teams try to bracket cover him a little bit. It opens things up underneath. So
and don't be surprised if Matthew Golden keeps catching those underneath looks in quick hitters, right? That everyone's complaining about. Scoot is your field stretcher, point blank, right? You're going to send him down to stretch the field. So look for guys like Rome and Jaden Reed when he comes back, and MG being open underneath.
Definitely. And so I agree with you, Ben. You're talking about two big guys. What? I tried to get Musgrave to load up here and it wouldn't. Oh, here we go. 6'6", guys, 4'6" feet, right? You're talking about a tall, lanky gazelle, my man, looking like a state trooper with that mustache, right?
Looking like a young Farva.
And listen, again, we're going to point out here, man, and let me put that comment down real quick. 2023, guys, he had 502 snaps. He graded out a 68.1. What do we always say about rookies, right? You grade out in the 60s, it's usually a pretty good sign you're going to be a good football player. So why hasn't he done much? Last year, only 160 snaps. This year, he's up to 163 snaps, and you see he's jumped from a 47 to a 54. Now he's going to get opportunities to be schemed open, and there's going to be specific plays designed for Luke Musgrave. I guarantee you that. Like I said, it's just Tucker Kraft was so darn good you couldn't afford to take reps away from Tucker for Musgrave for sure. So. I'm not sure what Jim was referring to here. Gone, Tim? Was she talking about a specific?
She's talking about Messiah Swinson. Thanks, Jen, for confirming that. So he's out of the fold. We'll see what the answer is going to be for depth at tight end for the next 5 months, 6 months. So hopefully Musgrave is the dude. He steps up. Yeah,
definitely. And he's going to have the opportunity, that's for sure. So I think we've pretty much covered everything here. Christian Watson, 65.6. Elgton Jenkins is 65. Tim, I think this is Elgton Jenkins' last season in Green Bay. It just kind of feels that way. I don't know how you feel about it. It's just tough, man. When you have a player who I think we would all agree he's underperformed. We expected him to play really, really high-level center play, and it just hasn't been to that level. I don't think he's necessarily been bad.
Yeah, he's not like a liability at center, but a little underwhelming, right?
For what you're paying him, right? It's like, man, and you can kind of see the trajectory of his career, guys, starting in 2019, 69, 66, 82, 72, 64, 65, 62. And I expected him playing center that grade to blimp, right? And it did not. So I think this is probably his last year in Green Bay. You'll probably cut ties, free up, I think, what is it, like $20 million? I think you're going to be able to free up there. Mm-hmm. So then you'll make the decision. Is the center of the future already in-house? Is it going to be Zach Tom kicking him over, or do you go out in the draft and try to find the next great center, that type of thing? So we'll definitely be talking centers in the upcoming draft for sure. But yeah. So I'm with you though, Tim. I don't see Elgton Jenkins as like this huge liability. I just expect more out of one of the highest paid centers in the league. So
I agree. We were talking center in this previous draft too, and
right. So we talked Luke Musgrave. Jordan Love got a 61.5 on his grade, Tim. So now on the year, Jordan's sitting at a 79.6, and obviously he's continuing to play good football. I didn't feel like he played bad. You give me that one throwback, Tim, I'm good. That one quadruple coverage throw on first down, you take that away, I'm going. Jordan had a great game. That's just me personally. Now, outside of that, people were raking him over the coals on that fourth down play, right? Guys, go please. I challenge anyone who's critiqued Jordan on that fourth down where he's running for his life and trying to make something happen. Please go watch the All 22. Jacob Morley on Twitter tweeted it out. Please go watch it and tell me where Jordan messed that play up. If anything, he did a lot more than most quarterbacks could do, extending the play and then giving Romeo a shot. And I gotta criticize Rome a little bit, man, because he kind of stopped on that play, kind of gave up on that play. Whether he gets pushed out of bounds or not, and he can now not be an eligible receiver, you still got to come in and play defensive back on that ball. You can't, if that guy doesn't drop that interception, he takes it to the house, Tim. He goes all the way back.
Maybe. I'll push back a little on that.
Who do you think would have caught him there?
Maybe Rome tackles his ass in the end zone. It's a touchback. So, yeah. I mean, we can play the what if game all we want, but bottom line, I think that the greater point that you're making here is that you can't criticize Jordan too much for making, chicken salad out of chicken, what on that play. And I agree with your original assessment, Clay. I think he was waving Rome over, right. seeing a single coverage in that area and trying to get a PI. That's 50-50 ball looking for a PI maybe. Maybe even the PI for how Rome ended up out of bounds, which was he was shoved out of bounds in the back of the end zone prior to that throw. So I got to push back. I don't think Rome quit on that play, man. I think he just got washed out, man. You're trying to create. I mean, there's nothing scripted there. That's why they call it scramble drill. It's just one of those unfortunate things. I got to believe in my heart of heart that, if that DB tried to catch that ball and not down it and tried to house it, either Rome's chasing him down, Jordan's chasing him down. Somebody's not quitting on that, and I don't think it becomes a touchdown. So I would push back against the pick six narrative on that one.
Got it. I was going to go to Jacob Morley so we could pull up that play real quick before we wrap up, but it's hilarious. He tweeted this out. I did a live stream earlier, and this is one of the names I mentioned, Tim. This is former Notre Dame tight end Michael Mayer. He's tight end number 2 for the Las Vegas Raiders, right? I don't think anybody expects the Las Vegas Raiders to be competing this year. They got Brock Bowers, arguably the best tight end in the game right now. So this is a guy. Here's a guy. Boy, you're talking about being over the moon if they went and tried to get Michael Mayer. And then if you go that route, and now next year Tucker Kraft's healthy, and you got Michael Mayer and Tucker Kraft in 12 personnel, Lord have mercy. And then you could still implement Luke Musgrave and flex him out and play some of that traditional stuff, right? So I think that's an interesting approach too. I'm gonna see if I can find this play. I just want to see if I missed anything on it because and again, this ain't to try to prove Tim wrong and ain't try to prove him right. Let's just take a look at it real quick, and we're only going to show
evening quarterbacking right now, right?
Well, yeah, exactly. That's what we do, Tim.
That's what we do here, man.
Yeah. So we're just going to play it maybe once or twice because you know why, guys. This can get a little wonky. So here's that play, right? From the, or is it? No, that's at the 9-yard line. Is this that play, Tim? No, this ain't.
No.
Let me go back. I apologize. Let me see if we can find it here because I do want to see it, man. I know he showed it because when he tweeted it out, I was like, Lord have mercy. He's right, man. Like people were saying, go watch the All-22 because it did kind of feel like people were raking Jordan Love over the coals for that play. And it just wasn't the case for sure. Let me see if I can find it here. Give me just a second. If you want to hit something in the chat, I don't know if you got anything or not, but I just want to see if we can figure this out real quick here because it was interesting. See, it's not that one, not that one. Scrolling. Here it is. This is it from the 11, I think. I think I got it, Tim. I apologize. Or is it? No, I need the 11. Yeah,
shout out to Ben Holden. Ben Holden, streamcasting PTA live on my 50-inch. I love it. 50-inch TV. Got us up on the big board on a Monday night. Thank you, Ben. Appreciate it.
Don't get any better than that. All right, here it is, guys. Here's the play. Let's watch it. So they came out in a trips right, nub left. So you got Musgrave at the bottom, nub left, only tight end on the field, 3 wide receivers to the right. I like that formation, by the way. I just like the trips left look. So Jordan drops back. Who's open right here, guys? Who you throwing to? There's nothing, right? Like maybe if the ball comes out immediately, you can go to Dobby. But you see, I think this is Derek Brown that's in his face. It could be another.
Who's that on the dagger there on the crosser at the 9-yard line? Is that
right here?
Savion?
I think it is Savion, yeah. But
that might have been a look too. But again, look at Jordan right now. Look what's going on.
I mean, it was just immediately in his face, bounces out. Now at this point, you got this guy. And that may be Rome, I'm not sure. He's going to throw me the ball. The problem is this receiver's walking him back into that coverage, so that's an interception. You throw that ball. So now Jordan's like, somebody, for the love of God, help me out here, right? So you could possibly check it down to Musgrave. I think it is right here. You've also got Emmanuel Wilson throwing his hand up. The problem is, look at Jordan. Look at what he's running for his life. 3 defenders bearing down on him. He can't throw that all the way across the field. So,
if we're gonna let's keep Monday morning quarterbacking here. Can you go back another couple frames?
Mm-hmm.
Right, one more. Okay, right here. Okay. What's wrong? Right here, run that MFer to the 10-yard line, right to the boundary. Tuck that damn ball.
Just go.
And go. That's what I'm looking for on this type of play. If we're gonna Monday morning quarterback, and I don't care if you're short of the line to gain. It's better than what we ended up with. Even here, he pulls a Mahomey and switches fields again. Run to the boundary. Run the ball. You got blockers. So
that's a good point.
We want to criticize Rome on this play. I mean, again, I'm not looking to be critical, but I'd love to see J Money just tuck that thing.
So here's Rome up here, right? And he's covered. He's plastered, right? So now Jordan is trying to tell him, he's going, hey, I'm just going to chuck it up to you, right? And like you said, maybe draw a personal foul. Or
he's already being held, though. Like you said, he's covered. Look at that. He's being held and pushed out of bounds in the back of the end zone.
Yeah, it could have been defensive holding for sure. So now Love just lets it fly. And Dobby is, I think that's what Dobby's looking for here. And this is, to me, Tim, I got to disagree a little bit. I kind of feel like it's kind of like Keyshawn, where he just gave up on that route that one day. Like, yeah, it may not be your fault. Yeah, you got held, but you got to kind of play through the whistle. So you see him throw his hand up. He's like, damn, give me a flag. He just kind of, oh, crap. Now he's like, you see what I'm saying? Now, to your defense, yes, if he catches that ball, Romeo runs him down. And this guy,
I think so too. And we've got, And
you got Musgrave, looks like right there as well. So, yeah, that's a good point.
You know, I don't know. I do see what you're saying there, though, too. You want to see your guys fighting to the bitter end. You know, I've even seen comments on Twitter, too, like, yeah, you know, if you're out of bounds, you can't be the first to touch the ball by rule. However, go up there and make a PBU, play a little defense, and then make them have to take a penalty or whatever. But bottom line, watching that play for the 30th time in the last 24 hours, I'm looking for J Money to tuck that ball, man. That is definitely a time to go ahead and run, you know.
Yeah. Now I see what you, especially coming back to the left. To the right, I don't agree as much, but to the left, you're right, dude. You got a couple of blockers. If he tucks that thing, Tim, and gets in the end zone, I'm losing my damn mind, bro. Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh. So King Tron with the super chat. Thank you, buddy. Says, Clay, you see my tweet murder in Detroit by 300 plus. I did not, brother. I did not see it, but you keep up the Detroit hate for sure.
Hell yeah.
I don't know if you guys seen my tweet, but I posted that video. You may have seen it, Tim, of Undertaker and Brock Lesnar both raising up and they're all bloody and they look at each other on the mat and they start laughing. I said, this is Packer fans and Lions fans this week, after taking ass whoopings after talking crap at each other all week.
That's so true. That's so true.
Funny how we were the only two teams to lose in the North there. But
that's like when you watch the old boxing, when you throw the right, I throw the right, we both move, and both guys get knocked out at the same time. It's like
definitely. Let's see here what else we got in the chat real quick. We got 5 more minutes to fill. Just want to see. Lord, I look at AFAM and all I see is Diddy and Baby Oil. Unbelievable, man.
That's it.
Unbelievable.
Boot them.
Yeah.
It's time to go.
Tim, you got anything else? Help me out here. Jeez, Pete.
Yeah. AFAM.
Sit your butt outside.
Unbelievable, man.
Loot in the chat with your Kansas City Chief fandom. We don't want to see any of that.
Like, this is all he's got to say. You think he'd be responsible and take responsibility for his comment? No, he's just gonna laugh about it. So, that crusty mustache, unbelievable, dude.
Don't worry, nobody's listening anyway.
Nick Swain said this show actually didn't suck for once. Thank you. Appreciate that, Nick. I disagree, but thank you for the kind words.
Heard it from a fan right here.
Oh, man. Reef says tuck and protect himself and the ball. Let's see here. Chris Cashwin. Mahoney is what he's calling Mahomes a crybaby. We don't want no crybaby. There you go. Nobody puts Mahomes in.
There's no crying in football.
J. Cole says with Mahomes at those parties. Oh, no, he did. Lord have mercy.
Oh, Lord.
Tron, I think we still have our number 1, number 2 wide receivers with Rome and Christian Watson, reliable to a T. I'm telling you, man, Jaden Reed.
Yeah,
do we have any
kind of way back soon, right?
Do we have any kind of time frame on that? I'm trying to think of what was the early kind of time frame. Was it December or was it November? Probably December, wasn't it?
I think so. I think the thought is maybe get Bird back for the playoffs on the early end. I'm assuming everything here is recovery and rehab, right? I mean, the surgeries were successful. It's about him feeling like he can play again and being cleared, but again, another guy that takes his craft seriously. I would not be shocked at all if Bird was back on the field sooner than later.
Yeah, right. Jen Wright says Detroit fans lifted my spirits today. Wild. There you go. Yeah, they were in the dump for sure, man, no doubt. Nate McSwain said, "Is Lloyd going to play this year?" Nick, I do not know how to answer that question, man. It's such a weird situation with Marshawn Lloyd. Tim, and maybe they're keeping it close to the vest. I don't know, but I mean, that was a hammy, right? Wasn't that a hammy?
I believe so. Quad, something. Yeah. Hamstring, quad, hip.
Oh, hip.
I don't know. I'm not a doctor.
Left earlobe. Everything, it seems like, right? Man, sucks. Two over this says, "Who's Lloyd?" Exactly, right? It's like, dang, it feels like it's been forever, for sure, man. So, anyway, let's get out of here, Tim. You got anything else? Any parting thoughts for these fine men and women here, man?
No, just keep your heads up, Packer fans. You know, it's a long, grueling season, and there's plenty of time. A lot of football left. We're going to be okay for sure.
Yeah. And then, of course, Nick McSwain says, "Lloyd got a handy? No, a hammy. Get your head out of the gutter. What's wrong with you?" Professor Cake says, "You say a Hemi, Clayton? 392? There you go. That thing got a Hemi in it?" So, all right, we're officially off the rails. We did it. We made it. We're 2 minutes short, but I'm just going to wrap this thing up. We just lost 16 subs, I guarantee it. So, anyway, guys, thank y'all so much for hanging out with us. In terms of the PFF grades, if you're watching this video back later, let us know in the comments. Do you agree with the PFF grades? Is there something you disagree with there? Let us know if you think somebody should have been graded higher or lower and whatnot. And we appreciate y'all hitting that subscribe button and clicking that bell icon so you're notified when we go live here in the future. Also, if you want to support what we do at Packer Fan Total Access, the best way to do so, join the Patreon group, patreon.com/Packer Fan Total Access. Extra content. You get access to all the chats in there. We've got our draft board link in there. I'm about to work on the new draft board for the upcoming draft. So we'll go ahead and start putting prospects in, get you guys familiar with some of the prospects coming up this coming spring. And we don't cover that a lot on the show in season. I think that's kind of counterproductive. There's so much more we need to be breaking down with what's going on in the NFL as opposed to the upcoming draft. But I like that in the background for you guys and gals to just check out and give us your opinion on that as well. So again, patreon.com/Packer Fan Total Access. $3 get you access to everything on the site, and it's the best way to support what we do here at PTA. Tim, appreciate your time, buddy.
Thanks, Clay. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely, man. We'll see you guys tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Central for PTA Live Chalk Talk Edition. Also, I'll be around tomorrow, so I'll probably do a live stream or two early in the day, 15, 20-minute shot, and just jump in here and talk ball with you guys and gals as I'm resting my back carrying these Christmas trees down the damn steps. I'm so sick of it already, but anyway.
Put them wherever Mandy tells you to put them, Clayton. That's all you can do.
Tell you, I don't want to sleep in the yard, man. It's cold out there. And Lincoln will not go with me. Lincoln will be on the couch looking out the window going, "Sorry, bub. That's on you, not me." That's exactly how that'll play out. So everybody have a great night. Appreciate you as always. Let's go out and be the change we want to see in the world, and go Pack.
Here we go.
We're out. Bye, guys.